Welcome to the AT&T Girl League recap show with your host, Jordan Carothers.
Fucking son. Coming to you live from Derek's car. No, sillies, not Derek Carr. Derek's car. Because we're on our way to the Steelers game that we decided, like, literally 5 hours ago or something, apparently. Thanks to our buddy who's giving us tickets. I had to make sure my microphone wasn't muted again because it was a minute ago. All right, Week 8 recap for the AT&T Girl Fantasy Football League. This is real fucking weird. I trying to hold too many things at one time here. I got the camera in one hand, the mic in the other. I got to switch the tabs for the scores and shit. Bear with me here. All right. Get into last week's recap.
Football!
First matchup is Ryan Murphy kicking the absolute dog shit out of me. Just put a fucking leash and walked me in the fucking park here. Jesus Christ. 265 to 208, Mr. Ryan Murphy. It's because he has fucking Tua every week, and A.J. Brown with another 130 yards for like the 27th week in a row, and Jamar Chase with 100 yards and 10 catches. That's too many. And on my side, I just had like Tyreek Hill was great, and I had a lot of people who were really dog shit. Like, oh my God. Puka Nacua, and he had 3 catches. Devontae Adams, that fucking butt sniffer Raider, only had 1 catch. Fucking Madison. Is Madison even the starter anymore? I don't know. Fuck it, Murphy won. Moving on to the next matchup. A guy here, this is going to be really fucking sloppy here. This is how we're doing this. And the camera's going over here while I click on to the next matchup. Discount double checkdowns, DV. Beating the dog shit even more than Murphy did to me out of Mr. Cordell, Cousins Dig My Chubb. We'll get to that name in a little bit here, won't we? Cordell losing pretty heavily here in the Pittsburgh Roommate Bowl. DV with Jalen Hurts, 36 points. Jalen Waddle, 25. Remember when DV said at the draft that Waddle was going to be the real -- 1 receiver for the Dolphins this year? Do you remember that? Oh, he's not paying attention. What a fucking moron DV was. Jesus Christ. McCaffrey has 17 games straight now with a touchdown. What an absolute grown man. You remember that? You watched The Longest Yard, right? Remember when Steve Austin was like, "That's how a white man runs a football." On Cordell's side, Kirk Cousins. In the arms of the angel. Joe Burrow, 33 points. Joe Burrow looks like Joe Burrow again. He had a lot of single-digit point guys with Chris Olave and Christian Kirk and Ken Walker, who might be losing some touches. Hey, the sun went away for a second. That's Brian Robinson, not Bijan. Yeah, Bijan is on Josh's team. A lot of single-digit points for Cordell. That ain't going to cut it. All right, camera's going down here again. Moving on to the next match. We got Easy Breecey beating Mr. Josh. I remember a few weeks ago when Josh was like the most dominant team in the league, and now he's just getting his butt kicked. What happened there, Mr. fucking Joshua? And Derek, 4-4. He was Mr. Oh, my team's so bad. Now I'm 4-4 and right in it with everybody else. Derek had Josh Allen, who he was trying to trade away pretty aggressively with 34 points. DeAndre Hopkins here. 3 touchdowns on 4 catches with 128 yards because Mr. Banana Ramba put mayonnaise in my coffee. Will Levis was just chucking it.
Hopefully it doesn't happen.
Yeah, hopefully it doesn't happen tonight, or I'm going to be pissed that we bought these tickets to go last minute just to watch that bullshit. Breece Hall looks incredible. George Kittle looks incredible. George Kittle's like hit or miss, but he looked great. And Gus Edwards, as Derek said to me a little bit ago, if he gets him at least 10 points, he's happy. Well, he got him about 30. And on Josh's side, Justin Herbert with 30 points. He had probably his best game of the season. I'm not double-checking that. You can double-check it for me. Gabe the Babe Davis, 23.7 points on 9 receptions. Gabe Davis doesn't have 9 receptions ever. What the hell happened there? Ooh, Nico Collins looking not very great. What do you think about, so you're the Ohio State fan, what do you think about C.J. Stroud? He's been kind of up and down here.
I mean, come on, he's on the Texans. I mean, you got to give the guy some credit every now and then.
I almost forgot to give him the microphone. So anyway, yeah, he beat Josh, and now you can't see me. That's okay. Last matchup. Oh my goodness, Mr. Last place in points. I'm 12, and what is this? Scott Snyder, 282 points over Mr. First place in points, Jake, with 251. Great game there for Scott, who had honestly, like, okay, CeeDee Lamb was his big guy with Say hello to the truck driver here. CeeDee Lamb had 41 points on the back of 158 yards and 12 receptions and 2 touchdowns. That is a man there. But besides that, everyone was kind of on his team, like, very good. It's just not like CeeDee is like the only like incredible one. Like, he had a lot of guys with like 20 points and 15 and 16 and more 15 and 17. Just a lot of very good performers. No one really let him down other than his kicker, and, you know, fuck kickers anyway, right? On Jake's side, he had almost kind of the same thing. Like, nobody super extravagant, just kind of, yeah, he had a good game from Kamara with 27 and ETN with 28, which is pretty much exactly how his week started last week too, but just not quite enough to put him over Mr. I'm 12 and what is this? Now let's move on to next week's matchups.
Football!
First matchup, the Mauve Avenger, Mr. Jordan Carothers versus Cousins Digg Chubb. Cordell. Oh, move my cursor here a little bit. I can't see. Both 5-3, so a good matchup here. Second and third places might be the matchup of the week here. So looking at my projection, I still need to fill that quarterback spot because Russell Wilson's on a bye. So I'll figure that out eventually. Just know that there's going to be about an extra 15 to 20 points added onto this projection here pretty soon. But it looks like either way, Cordell will be the projected winner in the end. I'm worried about Puka Nacua and Cooper Kupp because I don't know if Stafford's going to go. Still rocking out with my Indianapolis Colts running backs. On Cordell's side, he's got Diggs and Olave and London. London's banged up with a groin injury, though, so we'll see. And he's got Palmer at wide receiver, too, who's also kind of banged up. He left the game last week, but I think he came back in. But he's got Swift, he's got Walker. He's got, like, pretty solid guys all around. I feel like both teams do. But as always, I'm not going to project my own matchup. And there goes the camera again. I'm sorry. I'm back. Next matchup, Tuafinity and beyond, Mr. Ryan Murphy, Mr. New First Place Man. Congratulations, taking that from me for now. Versus I'm 12, and what is this? That's Scott's team at 3-5. Crazy how Scott and DV are both looking kind of rough record-wise, but everyone's right in it, man. I mean, the worst record is DV 2-6. DV's 2-6, and he's still only 3 games outside of first place. So everyone, keep doing your thing. Don't be giving up on us anytime soon here. Ryan Murphy has got Tua is always incredible, man. Tua, I mean, I don't want to say always, but as long as you're throwing the ball downfield to Tyreek Hill, you're looking pretty good. And quarterback on Josh's side, Scott's side, he might have to replace Stafford. Stafford's still questionable for now, so we don't know, but we'll see. A.J. Brown, Pittman, Godwin, Chase on Murphy's side. Chase and A.J. Brown are such a disgusting wide receiver combination, man. But solid on Scott's side, too, outside of Wan'Dale Robinson. Old man Adam Thielen is crushing it. He's just a target hog. He's got Deontay. He's another target hog, and DK can pop off. I think DK Metcalf had 14 targets last year. Oh, last year. Jesus, motherfucker. Christ, last week. Thank you. Hope he keeps that up again. But Eckler and Mixon I like on Scott's side, but Royce Freeman not so much. No, of course, I don't like Najee Harris too much. For fantasy, I don't like Najee Harris on old Mr. Ryan Murphy's side. Josh Jacobs as well, Logan Thomas, Dan Mercado, Hawkinson on Scott's side at tight end. You know what? I'm just going to give the projection to Scott because I think that's more fun because he's the last place in points and Murphy's in first place, and I want to be back in first place again. So let's go, Scott! Woo! Next matchup, discount double check downs. DV at 2-6, as I said, not out of it, versus Bijan Mostert at 4-4. I feel like people are just like looking at me like, what the fuck are these guys doing? Like, shut up, GPS. Projected right now, it's almost, wow, it is almost dead ass even. It is what?
Stop beside these guys, get a live interview.
Yeah. Hey, yo, what's up? How you doing? Projected 203 for both teams, 203.07 to 203.37. This is an extremely close projection right now. I don't know if you guys still have moves to make, but Hurts and Stroud on DV's side, Jackson and Herbert on Josh's side. I'd give that edge to Josh. Let's see, DJ Moore, McLaurin, Waddle, Smith for DV, Keenan Allen, Evans, Gabe, and Nico for Josh. I think I like that a little bit more on Josh's side, too. Excuse me. Pacheco, Barkley, Hubbard on DV's side. Bijan, Mostert, not saying the name, that's actually Bijan and Mostert, and Derrick Henry on Josh's side. I'm giving this one to Josh, man. Josh's team still looks tough, even though he's hitting a bit of a skid. His team, it's still a tough team, man. the last matchup. This video is going to probably be super fucking long, isn't it? I'm just rambling like crazy. Last matchup is this dude, Easy Breecey, versus Deshaun. Don't touchdown there. Jake Mowry, both at 4-4. Fourth place and sixth place. Fourth for Jake, sixth for Derek. Projection is favoring Derek Fink, 211.47 to 208.95. But of course, it's always going to be hard to beat the guy in first place points, isn't it? So what we got, of course, always some Holmes and Allen stack quarterback for Mr. Derek. I mean, no one's gonna really beat that when you're looking at just quarterback alone. Michael Thomas, Zay Flowers, George Pickens, DeAndre Hopkins. We'll see if Hopkins can do it again with Mr. Will Levis. I don't know. Stevenson, Hunt, Breece Hall. You kind of crossing your fingers with Hunt and Stevenson. They've kind of both been, whatever. Breece Hall is looking great again, though. Hunter Henry's been dog shit, dude. I picked him up in one league after the first 2 weeks where he popped off, and he's just been absolute piss ever since. Jake's side, Bryce Young, Sam Howell. He's going with the young guns here. Howell is great for fantasy. Bryce Young, not so much yet. Addison, Wilson, Higgins, and Rice. He's got Kamara, Pollard, and Jones. ETN is on a bye this week, isn't he? Okay, so that's fair. So he's got to put Aaron Jones in there in his place. Aaron Jones is questionable. Did Aaron Jones play last week?
Yes, because I needed him in a touchdown.
So we think yes. I don't pay much attention to Aaron Jones. DV would know that better than me. Yeah, 6 points. Yeah, I mean, Aaron Jones has been banged up almost the whole year, so it's whatever. But he's also got Travis Kelce and whatnot. I'm going to give my projection to Derek Fink. I know I'm kind of just going with what the projection on Yahoo says, but don't do that now. I don't know, man. It's hard to look past that Mahomes and Allen stack, but, whatever. All right, that's it for the recap. Not recap, but, look ahead, whatever.
Football!
On to the interview for the week. And, surprise, guess who the interview is going to be? I bet you guys would never be able to guess. Joining us live in studio for the interview this week, Mr. Derek Fink, once again for the second time. You guys probably all thought, like, oh, man, his interview's over. Thank God we don't have to hear him again. But guess what, boys? He's back for a second interview that I have not prepared at all, so we're doing this off the top of the dome. All right, Derek Fink, how you doing?
Trying to get us there alive here to the game.
My man. All right, first question. Why do you sit so far away from the steering wheel?
That's because I'm fat. That's why I'll answer that question truthfully.
Do you think it makes you feel like a rapper?
No, definitely not. It's just comfortable.
You look like a fat Mac Miller in the sunlight right now, though. All right. Anyway, football questions. So you were trying pretty heavily to trade away Josh Allen. Are you still feeling that way right now, or are you just keeping him at this point?
You trying to make us rank? Nah, I mean, the problem is it's too hard to get a trade that helps me enough to, helps both people enough, I guess. Get running back help, because running backs are so top heavy, but nah, I'm just going to keep them. I mean, it's whatever.
I love the hair on my mouth. Gross. So anyway, last time you were on the show, you were pretty pessimistic about how your team was doing. I mean, obviously, you were looking kind of rough. You just lost Jefferson, but you're looking okay right now, man. 4-4, sixth place. I mean, it's an 8-team league, but you're not out of it at all. First place is only 5-3, so pessimistic before. How are you feeling now?
Better, but I'm hoping I get Jay Jettas back somehow in some magical way. Can help a little bit more. Hopefully that Breece Hall keeps up his shit to keep the team afloat.
So are you still, I know we kind of talked about this, but they didn't hear. How confident at all are you feeling about Justin Jefferson returning this season?
Not very well. About 20%.
That's 20% higher than what he just said to me like 10 minutes ago, so I'll take it.
It's true.
Okay, last question. I got to think of one. I didn't prepare to this at all. This is just going. All right, let's just keep it simple. We're going to the game right now. Give me a score projection for the game tonight, Steelers and Titans.
17-14 Pittsburgh.
That sounds like about a Pittsburgh score. Thank you, Derek. We'll talk to you next time. Thanks for joining me in the studio.
Football!
All right, what we got next? Oh, time for awards, which I just typed up like 10 minutes ago. get right into it. Award for best transaction. This one was interesting to me because as I was looking through it, I was going to give best transaction to Jake for picking up Dalton Kincaid, but now I'm going to give the best transaction to DV for trading for Dalton Kincaid. Jake picked up and just said, fuck it, get rid of him. And then he popped off. So, congratulations, DV, your award is in the mail. Weekly MVP. This guy's wide receiver, Mr. DeAndre Hopkins, because it's hard to not be the MVP when you get 40 points on only 4 receptions and 3 touchdowns. Bananarama chucking it deep downfield. Please don't do it again. Weekly dud. Going to my side now, Davante Adams, because that fucking butt sniffer Jimmy G can't complete a goddamn pass downfield, and all I needed on FanDuel was 40 fucking yards for Davante Adams, but Jimmy G said, no, you know what? I think I'm going to throw the ball 10 yards past Davante Adams wide open downfield 2 separate times, so Davante Adams had 1 catch for 11 yards! Weekly blowout. So that's going to go to DV over Cordell, 71.33 points. DV wins. This is the first time you guys face each other? It might, I don't know. Maybe not. It's the first or second Pittsburgh roommate bowl, whatever. DV wins. 71.33 points. Biggest upsets going to Scott over Jake because, make sure my thing's not muted here again. I've been real pissed for this. No, okay, I think we're good. The mute button's very easy to hit on this. Anyway, Scott over Jake, so it's hard to give it to anyone else when you got the guy dead last in points. Absolutely smoking the guy who's first place in points. I mean, it was maybe like a 40-point margin, but Scott scored him as 300, so we're giving that to him. Worst injury here, that's a pretty easy one. It's going to Mr. Captain Kirk Cousins with that torn Achilles. From what I heard, Aaron Rodgers has been blowing up his phone trying to give him that weird like voodoo magic conspiracy bullshit that he likes to give people. So we'll see. Maybe Kirk Cousins. I mean, yeah,
he's drops last week.
I don't know what kind of weird shady shit Aaron Rodgers is up to, man. But so man, Cordell, dude. You might have to change your team name here, man. You lost 66% of your team name, so we'll have to revisit this some other time. So those are your awards. Let's look at the standings real quick here.
Football.
Oh, why are we hitting fucking traffic? Oh, there's an accident. No, we're hitting traffic. I just want to get to the game. Standings, first place is no longer the most handsome guy in the league. Now it's Ryan Murphy instead. No one cares about Ryan Murphy because he likes the Browns. 5-3. We actually have 3 teams at 5-3. That's going to be Mr. Ryan Murphy, me in second place at 5-3, and Cordell Cousins, Digg, my Chubb, whose name is not relevant anymore, also at 5-3. Fourth place is Deshaun. Don't touch down there. 4-4 with the most overall points in the league still with 1946. 2 more teams at 4-4. Bijan Mostert. That's Josh at 5th place, and easy Breecey at 6th place. Catch him back up again. I'm 12, and what is this at 7th place? That's Scott, 3-5, and discount double check downs, bringing up the rear, still 2-6. And despite that, I think he is, let's see, 3rd place in points scored. So keep at it, DV. You ain't out yet, but I do want to talk to you soon, my friend. But that's gonna wrap it up here. So thank you very much for watching this very interesting and awkward episode of the AT&T Girl Recap Show. And okay, here we go. Derek coming through clutch with I didn't bring one. All right, here we go. It's going to go there. And I still fucking missed, and it was like 2 feet away. All right. Thanks, guys. I can't find the stop button. There.